Hi, greetings, fellow DC fans. Well, DCEUcember 2021 now comes to a close as we look at the theatrical cut of Justice League. Thousands of years ago, Steppenwolf and his legion of parademons had attempted to take over the Earth using the combined energies of the three mother boxes. The attempt was foiled by a unified alliance including the Olympian gods, Amazons, Atlanteans, humanity, and extraterrestrial beings. After Steppenwolf's army was repelled, the mother boxes are separated and hidden in different locations. In the present, humanity is still in mourning 2 years after the death of Superman, which triggered the mother box's reactivation and Steppenwolf's return to Earth. Steppenwolf aims to regain favor with its master Darkseid by gathering the boxes to form the Unity, which will destroy Earth's ecology and terraform it in the image of Steppenwolf's homeworld. Steppenwolf retrieves one mother box from Themyscira, prompting Queen Hippolyta to warn her daughter Diana. Diana joins Bruce Wayne in an attempt to unite other metahumans to their cause. Wayne goes after Arthur Curry and Barry Allen, while Diana locates Victor Stone. Wayne fails to persuade Curry but finds Allen enthusiastic. Although Diana fails to persuade Stone, he agrees to help them locate the threat. Stone joins after his father Silas and several other Star Labs employees are kidnapped by Steppenwolf, who is seeking the mother box protected by humanity. Steppenwolf attacks an Atlantean outpost to retrieve the next mother box, forcing Curry into action. Storm retrieves the last mother box for the group, revealing that his father used the mother box to rebuild Stone's body after an accident almost cost him his life. Wayne decides to use the mother box to resurrect Superman, not only to help him fight off Steppenwolf's invasion, but to restore hope to humanity. Clark Kent's body is exhumed and placed in the amniotic fluid of the Genesis chamber on the Kryptonian scout ship, along with the mother box, successfully resurrecting Superman. However, Superman's memories have not returned, and he attacks the group. Batman enacts his contingency plan, Lois Lane. Superman calms down and leaves with her to his family home in Smallville, where his memories come back. In the turmoil, the last mother box is left unguarded, allowing Steppenwolf to retrieve it. Without Superman to aid them, the five heroes travel to a village in Russia, where Steppenwolf aims to unite the mother boxes once again to remake Earth. They fight their way through the parademons to reach Steppenwolf, but are unable to distract him enough for Stone to separate the mother boxes. Superman arrives and assists Alan in evacuating the city, as well as assisting Stone in separating the mother boxes. The team defeats Steppenwolf, who, overcome with fear, is attacked by his own parademons. After the battle, Bruce and Diana agree to set up a base of operations for the team, with room for more members. As the team establishes, Diana steps back into the public spotlight as a heroine. Barry acquires a job in Central City's police department, impressing his father. Victor continues to enhance his abilities with his father in Star Labs. Arthur continues protecting people in the seas. Superman resumes his life as reporter Clark Kent and as protector of Earth. In a post-credits scene, Lex Luthor has escaped from Arkham Asylum and recruits Slade Wilson to form their own league. So now let's take a look at the production of this movie, beginning with the background. In February 2007, it was announced that Warner Brothers had hired husband and wife duo Michelle and Karen Mulroney to write a script for a Justice League film. The news came around at the same time that Joss Whedon's long-developed Wonder Woman film was cancelled, as well as The Flash, written and directed by David S. Goyer. Apparently titled Justice League Mortal, the script by Michelle and Karen Mulroney was submitted to Warner Brothers in June 2007, receiving positive feedback, which prompted the studio to immediately fast-track production in hope of beginning filming before the 2007-2008 Writers Guild of America strike. Warner Brothers was less willing to proceed with development of a sequel to Superman Returns, having been disappointed with its box office. Brandon Routh was not approached to reprise the role of Superman Justice League Mortal, nor was Christian Bale from Batman Begins. Warner Brothers intended for Justice League Mortal to be the start of a new film franchise, and branch out into separate sequels and spin-offs. Shortly after filming The Dark Knight, Bale stated in an interview that, quote, "It'd be better if it doesn't tread on the toes of what our Batman series is doing. It felt it would make more sense for Warner Brothers to release the film after The Dark Knight Rises." Jason Reitman was the original choice to direct Justice League, but he turned it down, as he considers himself an independent filmmaker and prefers to stay out of big-budget superhero films. George Miller signed to direct in September 2007, with Bray Osborne producing on a projected $220 million budget. The following month, roughly 40 actors and actresses auditioned for the ensemble superhero roles. Among them, Joseph Cross, Michael Angrano, Max Theriot, Minka Kelly, Adrian Palicki, and Scott Porter. Miller intended to cast younger actors, as he wanted them to grow into the roles over the course of several films. Deidre Catrona was cast as Superman, along with Armie Hammer as Batman. Jessica Biel reportedly declined to play the Wonder Woman role after negotiations. The character was also linked to actresses Teresa Palmer and Shannon Salsamon, along with Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who confirmed that she had auditioned. Ultimately, Megan Gale was cast as Wonder Woman, while Palmer was cast as Talia al Ghul, who Miller had in mind to act with a Russian accent. The script for Justice League Immortal would have featured Jon Stewart as Green Lantern, a role originally offered to Columbus Short. Hip-hop artist and rapper Common was cast with Adam Brody as Barry Allen / The Flash, and Jay Baruchel as the lead villain Maxwell Lord. Longtime Miller collaborator DCEUcember had been cast in a no-named role, rumored to be Martian Manhunter. Santiago Cabrera was eventually revealed to be Aquaman after the film was cancelled. Merritt Allen was hired as the original costume designer for Untimely Death in November 2007, and the responsibilities were assumed by Weta Workshop. However, the writer's strike began that same month and placed the film on hold. Warner Bros. Had to let the option lapse for the cast, but development was fast-tracked once more in February 2008 when the strike ended. Warner Bros. and Miller wanted to start filming immediately, but production was pushed back 3 months. Originally, the majority of Justice League Immortal was to be shot at Fox Studios Australia in Sydney, with other locations scouted nearby local colleges, and Sydney heads doubling for Happy Harbour. Excuse me. The Australian Film Commission had to stay with casting choices, giving way for George Miller cast Gail Palmer and Keith Byrne, all Australian natives. The production crew was composed entirely of Australians, but the Australian government denied Warner Brothers a 40% tax rebate as they felt they had not hired enough Australian actors. Miller was frustrated, saying that, quote, "A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the Australian film industry is being frittered away because of very lazy thinking. They're throwing away hundreds of millions of dollars of investment that the rest of the world's competing for, and, much more significantly, highly skilled creative jobs." Production offices were then moved to Vancouver Film Studios in Canada. Filming was pushed back to July 2008, while Warner Bros. Was still confident they could produce the film for a summer 2009 release. With production delays continuing and the success of The Dark Knight in July 2008, Warner Bros. Decided to focus on the development of individual films featuring the main heroes, allowing director Christopher Nolan to separately complete his Batman trilogy with The Dark Knight Rises in 2012. Warner Bros. Relaunched development for a solo Green Lantern film, released in 2011 as a critical and financial disappointment. Meanwhile, film adaptations for The Flash and Wonder Woman continued to languish in development, while filming for a Superman reboot commenced in 2011 with Man of Steel, produced by Nolan and written by Batman screenwriter David S. Goyer. In October 2012, following its legal victory over Joe Shuster's estate for the rights to Superman, Warner Bros. Announced that it planned to move ahead with the Justice League film. Shortly after filming on Man of Steel was complete, Warner Bros. Hired Will Beall to write the script for a new Justice League film. Warner Bros. President Jeff Robinoff explained that Man of Steel would be, quote, setting the tone for what the movies are going to be like going forward, and that it's definitely a first step. The film included references to the existence of other superheroes in the DC universe, and set the tone for a shared fictional universe of DC Comics characters on film. Goyer stated that should Green Lantern appear in a future installment, it would be a rebooted version of the character, unconnected to the 2011 film. With the release of Man of Steel in June 2013, Goyer was hired to write a sequel, as well as a new Justice League, with the Beale draft being scrapped. The sequel was later revealed to be Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, a team-up film featuring Henry Cavill as Superman, Ben Affleck as Batman, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Ezra Miller as The Flash, Jason Momoa as Aquaman, Ray Fisher as Victor Stone / Cyborg. The latter three minor roles that became more significant in the Justice League film. The universe is separate from Nolan Goyer's work on the Dark Knight trilogy, although Nolan was still involved as executive producer for Batman v Superman. In April 2014, it was announced that Zack Snyder would also direct Goyer's Justice League script. Warner Bros. Was reportedly courting Chris Terrio to rewrite Justice League the following July, after having been impressed with his rewrite of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. On October 15, 2014, Warner Bros. Announced the film would be released in 2 parts, with Part 1 on November 17, 2017, and Part 2 was announced but the release date not confirmed. Snyder was set to direct both films. In early July 2015, Entertainment Weekly revealed that the script for Justice League Part 1 had been completed by Terrio. Zack Snyder stated the film would be inspired by the New Gods comic series by Jack Kirby. Although Justice League was initially announced as a 2-part film, with the second part set for release 2 years after the first, Snyder stated in June 2016 that there would be 2 distinct separate films and that one film split into 2 parts, both being standalone stories. And now on to the filming. Principal photography began on April 11, 2016, with shooting taking place at Warner Bros. Studios Leavesden, as well as other various locations around London and Scotland. Additional filming took place in Chicago, Illinois, Los Angeles, and Sjupavik in the West Fjords of Iceland. Snyder's longtime cinematographer Larry Fong was replaced by Fabian Wagner due to scheduling conflicts. Ben Affleck served as executive producer. In May 2016, it was revealed that Jeff Johns and John Burke would produce the Justice League films and would also be in charge of the DC Extended Universe after the largely negative critical reception of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. That same month, Iron stated that the Justice League storyline would be more linear and simple compared to the theatrical version of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Johns confirmed on June 3, 2016 that the title of the film is Justice League, and later said that the film would be, quote, hopeful and optimistic in comparison to the previous DCEU films. Justice League had a troubled production. During filming, it was reported that the rewrites by Jeff Johns caused issues with Chris Terrio and Warner Bros. Executives. Warner Bros. Was unsatisfied with how the film was shaping up under Snyder due to the negative feedback that the theatrical version of Batman v Superman received. It was reported that Warner Bros. Held a footage summit for writers that include Joss Whedon, Wonder Woman screenwriter Alan Heinberg, Seth Grahame-Smith, and Andrea Burloff. This caused numerous rewrites as Justice League was filming. Whedon was eventually hired by Warner Bros. and then took over as director of the film after Snyder stepped down during post-production. Filming wrapped in October 2016. And now on to the post-production. In May 2017, Snyder stepped down for directorial duties during post-production film to probably deal with the death of his daughter Autumn Snyder. Joss Whedon took over to handle post-production duties in Snyder's place. In July 2017, it was announced that the film was undergoing 2 months of reshoots in London and Los Angeles, with Warner Bros. Putting about $25 million into them, more than typical $6 to $10 million additional filming costs, which brought the budget of the film up to $300 million. The reshoots coincide with Cavill's schedule for Mission Impossible Fallout, for which he had grown a mustache, which he was contracted to keep while filming. While Fallout director Christopher McQuarrie initially gave the producers of Justice League permission to have Cavill shave the mustache in exchange for $3 million it would cost to shut down production on Fallout and then digitally fill the mustache in, executives from Paramount Pictures rejected the idea. Justice League's VFX team was then forced to use special effects to digitally remove the mustache in post-production. Whedon received a screenwriting credit on the film alongside Chris Terrio, while Snyder received the sole director's credit. Producer Charles Roven said in an interview that the film was shot originally by 80 to 85%. Conversely, Snyder estimates that only a fourth of his material was used in the theatrical version based on what he has been told of the theatrical cut, as he has not watched it. Cinematographer Fabian Wagner estimates only 10% of the original footage shot by him and Snyder was used in the final cut. Whedon's rewrites were around 80 pages, further confirming that the theatrical cut was mostly his work. Warner Bros. CEO Kevin Tushira mandated the film to be under 2 hours. As such, the final cuts run for an exact time. The company also did not opt to delay the film's release despite the fact that there were numerous problems in post-production, so that the executives would receive their cash bonuses before the company's merger with AT&T. In February 2018, it was reported that Snyder was fired from directorial duties from Justice League after his scope was deemed, quote, unwatchable, according to Collider's Matt Goldberg. Quote, I heard similar things from separate sources over last year as well. I also heard that Snyder's rough cut in the movie was unwatchable, a word that jumped out at me because it's rare you hear two separate sources use the exact same adjective. Of course, even if that's true, there's obviously more to the story since rough cuts can be effective reshoots, rewrites, etc., Goldberg wrote. According to DC Comics publisher, comic book artist Jim Lee, Snyder was not fired. Speaking at the Calgary Comic and Entertainment Expo, Lee stated that Snyder was not fired at all, and that he stepped down for the production due to a family matter, as far as he knew. In July 2020, Barry Fisher claimed that Whedon's on-set treatment of the film's cast and crew was, quote, gross, abusive, unprofessional, and completely unacceptable. And now onto the music of the movie. In March 2016, Hans Zimmer, who co-composed the score for Man of Steel and Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, stated they had officially retired from the, quote, superhero business, though would later rescore X-Men Dark Phoenix and Wonder Woman 1984. Junkie XL, who wrote and composed the soundtrack for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice with Zimmer, was originally scoring the film. In June 2017, Danny Elfman was announced to have replaced Junkie XL. Elfman had previously composed the films Batman and Batman Returns and the theme music for Batman the Animated Series. Elfman used the Batman theme music from the 1989 film Batman. The John Williams Superman theme was used during a, quote, a dark twisted moment in the film, where a resurrected Superman fights the Justice League, and later during the climax where Superman arrives to defeat Steppenwolf. The film features the cover of Leonard Cohen's Everybody Knows by Sigrid, Icky Thump performed by the White Stripes, and a cover of the Beatles' Come Together performed by Gary Clark Jr. and Junkie XL. White Tower Music released the soundtrack album digitally on November 10, 2017, with the release of the physical format on December 8th. So, yeah. So overall, I think that this version of the movie is just okay, but yeah, I can definitely say that. But yeah, so that's all I can say about it. But when we look at the Snyder Cut, well, yeah, we'll see if that one's actually truly better or not. So there you go. I mean, I actually have the Snyder Cut on DVD, but I haven't watched it yet, so there you go. But yeah. So overall, I give the theatrical cut of Justice League 2 Superman capes out of 5. Well, I hope you enjoyed DCEU 2021, and tune in next year as we take a look at the Snyder Cut of Justice League, as well as all their films that came after it. So basically the Snyder Cut all the way up to the Suicide Squad. So there you go. So anyway, until then, in the words of Superman, I'm here to fight for truth, justice, and a better tomorrow.